I'm sure a lot of you have heard about the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas mod known as Design Your Own Mission. It's a pretty cool mod that allows you, without any knowledge at all in video game making or even coding, to design and play and share your own missions. You can easily use the game itself to set up these in-game scenarios and make your own cutscenes, even import your own audio. It's a really fun and easy to use modification made by, in my opinion, two f***ing legends in the Grand Theft Auto community known as Patrick W. and Dutchy3010. And I say legendary because the story behind this mod, the backstory that eventually led up to this mod happening in the first place, is really interesting. And I haven't done a video about it yet, so might as well do it now. Let's get into it. Back in December of 2006, a GTA forums user by the name of C-Man found that GTA San Andreas had an unused feature which allows the game to load external missions. The whole point of this feature was to allow the player to easily install and play so-called mission packs. And by the way, when I say that it's simple and easy, I mean it's really f***ing simple and easy. You were supposed to do this by simply dragging and dropping files into a folder in the GTA San Andreas directory in your documents. That was it. You can actually verify the existence of this unused feature really f***ing easily. You can do this by heading into the GTA San Andreas user files, creating a folder, naming it mpack, creating another folder within that folder, naming this folder mpack1, heading into mpack1 and creating a text file. Open the text file, type in the number 1 followed by a number sign. Give your mission a name, any name will do. Damien! And then end it with another number sign. Save, rename the file to mpack.dat, and then boot up your game. And upon selecting new game, you'll now see the name of your mission as an option. And since your mission doesn't actually contain any information aside from a name, it's not gonna load anything. According to C-Man, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas can handle storing up to 24 mission packs simultaneously, but for whatever reason, it can only display a maximum of 9. And again, this is an unused feature, so there are a lot of technical limitations at play. In case you care to learn about any of them, here you go. Now this begs the question, what the f*** happened? Why was this not included in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas? There have been a lot of speculation surrounding this, and it seems like the most common theory is that Rockstar initially planned for PC users to be able to download and play new missions. Now this is just my opinion, but I find it really hard to believe that the game's developers would go through so much effort implementing something like this, sans any plans for it to be used for either downloadable content from Rockstar Games, or as a way to help the modding community share custom missions. Another theory that I came across when doing research for this video was that Rockstar initially really wanted to do this, but eventually chickened out because of the hot coffee controversy. You know, the thing that I could show you in this video, but it's probably a good idea that I don't. If you don't know what I'm referring to, just Google hot coffee controversy, but, you know, maybe make sure your mom and dad are not in the room as you do that. Following a controversy caused by people modding one of their games, you could argue that it's within Rockstar's best interest to, at least for a while, distance themselves from the modding community. But as for the possibility of Rockstar Games intending to add some DLC to San Andreas, considering that downloadable content was not that big of a deal back then as it eventually became when GTA 4 came around, perhaps they ultimately decided that it wasn't worth it. I don't know which it is, and frankly, at this point, I don't think we're gonna find out. But I'll say this, I think it's a shame that something like this was not officially implemented in its fullest capacity. The modding community, as polarizing as it may be, as controversial as it may be, as frustrating as it may be for Rockstar Games to have to deal with people like that one guy who found the hot coffee feature, this feature had a lot of potential. Not just for DLC, but also for the modding community. Fortunately though, the modding community did find this feature eventually. A little less than a year after C-Man made his discovery, the creators of Design Your Own Mission, Patrick W. and Dutchy3010, collaborated on a mod called GTA Treasure Hunt. And as far as I can tell, this was actually the first really noticeable mod to make good use of this feature. This mod was used in a community event organized on GTAforums.com and GTAforums.nl. hell. Basically, members would install the mod, announce them joining in on the hunt, scavenge for hidden items in the game, and submit screenshots and save files as evidence of them making these discoveries. Fun fact, the GTA YouTuber Z Moonchild was apparently one of the many people who partook in this contest. About a year following this, Dutchie and Patrick would begin developing a brand new mod. Something huge. That being Design Your Own Mission, a mod that remains highly popular to this day. And despite being released damn near 13 years ago, it still has an active and tight-knit community full of people making, playing, and sharing all kinds of missions. Annual contests are still held, and custom missions are to this day by far some of the most common mods for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas that you can find. This is what I mean when I say legendary. A lot of people in the modding scene took interest in this unused feature, but the vast majority of people, even active modders with a lot of skill and creativity, went on to not use it at all. Over 60,000 missions and 2,000 storylines have been submitted to the Design Your Own Mission website. Not only did they provide the community with a means of getting creative and creating their own in-game scenarios, but they even went as far as to make a website where people can upload, share, play, download all of these missions free of charge. I love stuff like this because it's not just a way to contribute to the popularity of a video game that's already popular to begin with. This is a really good way of contributing to the fan base surrounding that game. And although it is unfortunate that Rockstar eventually totally abandoned mission packs, we can, and I think we should, appreciate what eventually came of it. As is often the case, if Rockstar's not going to do anything with an unused feature, the community will. The community finds a way. I'm not gonna name this person, but there is one individual who, like, immediately comes to my f***ing sick mind when I think about people in the community making awesome discoveries, using it as a way to expand on the game's potential, and limiting that behind a f***ing paywall. Like, yeah, I made this discovery, I made a lot of progress, I could potentially contribute to the community, but it's gonna be under one condition, and that's you gotta pay up. You gotta pay me. I'm gonna put this behind a paywall because you know what? I deserve money. It's like, yeah, maybe you deserve a nickel, but it's ultimately up to you whether or not you're gonna give this to the other people in the fanbase.
Big props and thank you to Dutchie, Patrick, and C-Man for everything you've done for the GTA modding community. You are base gods among the fanbase of plebeians.
Also, special thanks to Vadim M and the GTA Wiki for supplying me with basically all the information I could find for this video. I'm actually going to be doing a lot more beta content in the future. It's been a while since I did that. Some of you may recall me making a ton of videos about unused content in Bully. I'm going to continue doing that, but I'm also going to expand and cover more ground by covering some unused content in Grand Theft Auto, Manhunt, Max Payne, Red Dead Redemption, what have you. Anyway, that's it for this video. You folks, as always, stay classy. Peace.